All right, we'll start in the front with Doug.
Sandy, you guys cut it to 3 in the fourth. I mean, the place was going bonkers, and then just they seemed to make every play they needed to. What was the difference in the last, I guess, 6 minutes that turned a game that was becoming unbelievably exciting and tight to how it finished?
Well, look, I was proud that we could get back and we played with a little bit more sense of urgency and make some shots there. But, this is a really good team. You see the chemistry that they have, and they just had poise and they just made plays. And then we couldn't. I think we rushed a few shots after that when they started to make some plays, and it kind of opened it up. But, proud of these girls, proud of this team. But, the more experienced team won tonight.
Sandy, and then if the players want to add anything too, when you I know it's so fresh, but when you look back at the season, where are the areas of growth that you're most impressed with? And what do you think, if you could look forward, is maybe the thing or two that you all need to get to the next step moving forward?
Yeah, look, I thought we did a lot of good things this year. We faced a lot of adversity. Just talking to B on the way here, it's a what if. What if she's healthy all season long? This is a key part of what we're trying to do. And she dug really deep tonight and threw her around and went as hard as she could and pushed herself there. But so that's a what if. But I still think, new coach, new system, some new players coming in. It takes time, and with our injury toll, it took probably a little longer than we thought, but the chemistry to get where we wanted to go. But I thought we showed a lot of signs of that. I was proud how we finished the season in trying to make the playoffs. We would have lost some of the games earlier in the year. I mean, that was one of our big things. We could compete with most, but we didn't know how to close out games, and this is for a young group. That's where I think we've grown. As we move forward, I mean, it's obviously too early to tell, but, just keep adding the right people around our core group. I think that's important, and continue to build and hopefully stay healthy.
Sandy, you talked about Chicago being so experienced, and then right there with how you had built on closing games out, but then with the last 6 minutes tonight, is that the next step then, closing out in a decisive game 3 like this against a team that is the defending champion, I guess? Yeah,
look, definitely. Look, we closed out some games to end the season, but now when you're competing against the best, that kind of gives you an outcome where you think you are and what you need to get better at. This is their team, when they're 2 years that they've together. You saw last year they were 17-17, but you saw the chemistry that they had in the playoffs, and I think that's just carried over to this year, and I think they'll be really hard to beat, to be quite honest. We pushed them, we tried. Things didn't go our way tonight, but we'll be back better and stronger next year, so I'm excited about that.
Josh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All 5 starters scored in double figures for Chicago tonight. What, as a team, can you learn from going up against an experienced team like that in an elimination game like tonight?
Like Coach said, Chicago is a good team, an experienced team as well. To be honest, I really don't know. I don't have a really good answer for that. We just got to do a better job of, just locking down their main players and letting other players score that's coming off the bench or whoever.
And Sandy, the team had its opportunities in the second half thanks to about 15 minutes of really high-level defense. What adjustments were you able to make at halftime leading into that second half?
Well, in the first half we talked about, I didn't think we played with enough sense of urgency. So we tried to get a little bit more aggressive on our pick and roll schemes and our rotations, and so that's something we have to learn. We're a good defensive team, but we need to be a great defensive team, and being able to be a little bit more aggressive in some of our scheming, shorten the rotations tonight, and they worked really hard, but just being able to, be consistent for 40 minutes at that. But that certainly got us back into the game, and we made some shots and big shots. Both of these ladies, helped that run. But we just got to keep building and being better in a lot of different areas, and and we will. So, and, you know, it's disappointing to lose, but excited about what the future of this team is.
Sandy, what went into the decision to start Maureen over Crystal tonight? I mean, that was a lineup that, you know, having her in the lineup was something that we haven't seen in a while. I mean, what went into that decision?
Yeah, look, I suppose we chose a little bit more the scoring part and another ball handling. Because of their aggressive defence, Maureen is one of the best players at getting around it and moving the ball out of it. You know, it's a calculated risk. For the most part, I thought she did good. It was no, you know, it's not anything against Crystal. Sometimes you just make decisions, and it worked in the beginning, that's for sure. Maureen came out on fire and got us some easy baskets there. And but yeah, like I said, in the end, they're way too experienced for us, but we fought, and that's why I'm really proud our comeback.
Hi, Cindy. In the third quarter, you downsized and went to one big with the 4 guards. What do you think worked best about that combination as you guys made the comeback?
Well, I think her versatility, you know, her ability to score from so many different ways. We're trying to post her up early, and then we're trying to isolate her as much as we can. I mean, she's a great one-on-one player, and she was creating open looks for us, and we're moving the ball. You know, we're just trying to find a way to stay in the team, to stay in the game, to be quite honest, and be, like I said, we've looked at that lineup before, and it was effective for us. And I just wish we could have had a healthier B all season long, because she's such a, you know, an integral part of what we want to do. And so, like I said, just to getting a healthy player next year is going to be really exciting.
And it's still a young team, still gaining that experience, and the fact that they were really able to push the champions in this way. What was the message to the team in the locker room, especially, you know, it's rough losing, but was there sort of like a moment we could say, hey, we fought really hard to get here. It's really valuable that we got this experience. We could build on that for the future? Yeah,
no, definitely. Look, I think our goal was to make the playoffs, and then it's a new season. So I was proud of them. Like, we went into Chicago and beat them in the first game. I think we woke them up a little bit, to be quite honest, because now they've gone to another level, and this is what their experience brings out in them. But like there's these players, they just competed. For me, it was a privilege to coach them. They're just really hardworking and very coachable. It's been a great experience, even though we had a lot of ups and downs, but it was never no drama or any, like, they're good people, and you know, they tried to do what we asked them to do and play. And like I said, it's just another experience that we'll learn from.
Being that close to almost winning that series there in the fourth quarter, when you guys brought it within 3, and just the entire series, do you feel like this series you saw some things from this team that excites you even more about, I mean, maybe where you thought they were in terms of their experience and progression about where they'll be next season?
You know, I think we've made a lot of progress, to be quite honest. And you know, and we've been happy. Even when we were losing, we thought we were getting better. Just understanding the principles of play, what we're trying to do, and playing, you know, on the defensive end with all our principles. It takes time. And I think we can, you know, a few extra players, we can be a little bit more aggressive, and I think that will help us as we move forward. But for the most part, I mean, we played good team basketball, and I think that's the way basketball should be played, at both ends of the floor. And but you know, it's up to players. They buy in, and these players bought in to what we were trying to accomplish this year. So I think we have some really good signs, and you know, we'll start working on the 2023 team probably next week, thinking about what do we need as we move forward.
Benijah and Natasha, could you each answer how you thought the team progressed across the course of the season, and also what you thought you learned from what it may take to make that next step moving forward?
I think progressed really well this whole season, even though we had injuries and we had ups and downs. I think we grew as a team, as an individual, and you know, we stuck together through everything, adversity, through wins and losses, and I feel like that right there is going to take us a long way too for next season.
Yeah, I think what Tosh said was right on point. I think we grow a lot individually as well as a team, and that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a team to come out and win and get to the goal that we want, a national championship. So I think that as we continue to grow, we continue to gel and everything, we'll be on our way.
Great. Thank you.